Okay, down here in Venice today, doing something a little bit different in that I've got the Leonidas and the Maximus. Both are 26 ounce. The Spartan bats, as most people know, take some time to break in, so I decided to put some swings on them first before I started any kind of a review or anything like that. So both bats have 120 swings on them. They're both testing at, the Maximus is testing at 207 right now after 120 swings, and the Leonidas is testing at 230 after 120 swings. So we're going to swing for real, not for real. I mean, back and forth. We're going to work on some backside stuff. As usual, it's BP with a purpose. So I'll work on some backside stuff, and then I'll switch it around. Pull the ball. I got the radar gun set up here, so we'll see. I didn't think it was quite fair. A bat that takes a while to break in, to then test it just right out of the wrapper, it kind of doesn't put it in the same ballpark to me as some of these other bats that are kind of hot out of the wrapper. So that's why I decided to do a little bit different. So we'll see. We'll put some swings on them and post some numbers later, and we'll see how it goes.
mph. 82 miles per hour. 85 miles per hour. 81 miles per hour. 87 miles per hour. 85 miles per hour. 76 miles per hour. 84 miles per hour. 85 miles per hour. 80 miles per hour. 82 miles per hour. 89 miles per hour. 79 miles per hour.
'Kay. Both bats feel pretty similar. It's probably a little bit more end load, I think, in the Leonidas, the one piece. It feels like it anyway. But no, both barrels are really great. Those swings first couple rounds were right center, missing the second baseman for a full 3-man outfield. Now we're gonna reset and take some swings based off of a 4-man outfield. So we'll go a little bit more middle. Here we're going to go a little bit more middle. We're going to act like this 4-man. Same outside pitch though, so we're not going to change the pitch. We're just going to adjust our swing a little bit to try to hit middle instead.
'86 miles per hour. 82 miles per hour. 87 miles per hour. 83 miles per hour. 86 miles per hour. 85 miles per hour. 85 miles per hour. 88 miles per hour. 83 miles per hour. 90 miles per hour. 88 miles per hour. 86 miles per hour. 85 miles per hour. 82 miles per hour. 87 miles per hour. 87 miles per hour.
And so far, both bats are very similar to each other. Especially since I'm hitting off a tee, obviously, but control-wise, I can feel that both barrels feel very similar to each other. As I mentioned, the Maximus seems to be breaking in just a little bit quicker, but I have the radar set up. I don't know what the radar numbers are. I have it turned down so I can't hear it, but it feels like the Maximus maybe is coming off a little bit better right now, but I'm normally mid to high 80s, and I'm not trying to get a number. I'm just working on that swing, so they both feel really good. We'll see. I'm going to break them down and take a few more. Okay. So we got, I got 10 balls left for each of the two bats. We're just going to swing hard on these last 10 for each one. We'll do the 10 Leonidas first. Actually, I'm going to do 5, 5, 5, 5. But I'll start with the Leonidas first. I'm just going to swing hard and see.
$90 miles per hour. 88 miles per hour. 82 miles per hour. 89 miles per hour. 84 miles per hour. 92 miles per hour. 87 miles per hour. 90 miles per hour. 85 miles per hour. 85 miles per hour.
Okay. Gathered up all the balls. So both bats have 165 swings on them. All spinners. Almost all of the 165 were backside swings. Again, you know that old tired saying of BP with a purpose, but it's real. You generally use the backside swings to help break in a bat as I'm working on that backside. Now I'm going to pull some balls and we'll just see what happens. The bats both should be pretty damn close to game ready at this point, I would think. So we'll just rotate between the two again and take some more swings. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm at Venice. Fields are 300 feet all the way around. There's a second fence out there where you can see all the trees. That's probably about another 20, 25 feet or so. Anything on that back side of that fence is a pain in the ass to get to, so.
$82 miles per hour. 77 miles per hour. 74 miles per hour. 86 miles per hour. 86 miles per hour. 85 miles per hour. 87 miles per hour. 86 miles per hour. 86 miles per hour. 84 miles per hour. 86 miles per hour. 86 miles per hour. 79 miles per hour. 87 miles per hour. 83 miles per hour. 79 miles per hour.
'It's kind of keeping with the same pattern. The Maximus just seems to suit me a little bit better. The balls are carrying a little bit further. A couple of those just bounced off hit off the top of the fence. I'm gonna try to put a little air under a couple with the Leonidas and see. Honestly, there's not a whole lot of difference between the two bats, performance-wise. The Maximus, for my swing, seems to be suiting me just a little bit better. I'm getting a little bit more carry on it. But the Leonidas, I seem to be able to hit a little bit more of a line drive with, but the barrels are both very good. They make a great sound. I'm gonna get home and retest them, see what the compressions went to. As I mentioned earlier, the Leonidas was at 230 at 125 swings, and the Maximus was at 207, the same amount of swings. So they both got about 165, 190 on them right now, 185 actually. So I'll test them both again for the 185 and see what numbers they are. But I mean, it's 1 and 1A, but right now I would pick the Maximus over it. It just suits me a little bit better. But both very good, really good bats. Okay, so back from the field a little while ago. Did the retesting of the bats and everything. As I said earlier, I did it a little different this time in that because I know the Spartan bats take a little bit more time. You can see them right behind me, right here. They generally take a little bit more time to break in, and then from what everyone says, they tend to hold compression. I wanted to kind of break them in first, so I put a bunch of swings on them first before I even started doing the videos. At this point, both bats have 185 swings on them, all with spinners. The majority of it backside. I was using them to work on my swing. Same thing I always say, that BP with a purpose. So the majority of my backside swings, I did put up a little video of the front side, pulling the ball. Wind was blowing straight in today, so it worked out to my advantage because I didn't want to hit any home runs anyway. Most of the major tournaments we play in, we only get 6. And so I'm leaving less than that. We just played in the Smoky and we only got 6. So they go pretty quick when you think about that, and they got to still, stay in the ballpark. Anyway, both barrels are fantastic. I noticed at the field, I had the radar turned down so I don't hear it, because I don't ever want to change my swing just to try to get a number. I know I've said that before, but it's important to say. I've seen guys do that a lot. They try to jump on a bat to get a number versus, actually working on their swing. And at the field, it felt like the Maximus was just a little bit more. It was traveling a little bit further. It felt like it was coming off a little better. And I think the higher velocity numbers kind of back that up. Still, I'm generally, mid to high 80s. I hit a couple, I think, up in the 90, 91, 92 with the Maximus, I think. So it kind of felt true to how it felt to me at the field, that the Maximus was just a little bit better for me. But don't get me wrong, that Leonidas is good. It's got a little bit more end load to it. And feel to me with the swing. So the swing does come through a little quicker. The Maximus to me is a little easier to control. I did not try to jump on either one of them for pure power. I was just trying to hit them hard to the gaps. And the Maximus itself, I banged it off that fence a couple of times really without even, really trying, and that was into the wind. Both really good bats. I mean, I'm probably going to stick with the Maximus, to be honest, only because, it's a 2-piece that usually fits my swing a little bit better. And if I want to be able to control the ball and hit it all the way around the field, I go right field line, left field line, I hit the ball everywhere. And those types of bats are the ones that I tend to gravitate towards for my gamers, because just for that reason, I have the control. There's a ton of good bats out there. I could just move just a bit. You can see them all behind me. I got some Anonymous over there. I got a bunch of Suncoast. Off in the corner, a little further over here, are all the Onyx, for the Florida Onyx team that I play on. So there's a ton of good bats out there. I think if a senior bat company at this stage of the game can't make a good bat, then they should just give it up. There's really a lot of good bats. If you take the time to put the work into any bat, you can get a game ready and be a good bat. The real questions become, how long does it take to get there, and then the longevity. From all I can tell, the Spartan bat will take a little bit to get there. I don't care, because I like to BP anyway. But they're going to hold compression. So when I started swinging this morning, 125 swings, the Maximus was 207 compression, the Leonidas was 230. I put another 60 plus swings on each of those today, all spinners, but still 60 plus swings. Came home, retested them. The Maximus was still 207, the Leonidas still 230. So neither one lost compression, but both where you could tell the ball was still getting a little bit better, a little better. I bet you another 75 swings or so, both those bats are going to be stupid. Like I said, for me, I think the Maximus is the one I'm going to keep. It just suits me a little bit better. But both barrels, very responsive, very hard, very crisp. They sound great. Both bats swing very similar to each other. As I said, I can feel a little bit more end load on the Leonidas, but it's not that much of a difference that I'd have to change my swing. You could see it in the video. I would go from bat to bat, and basically the results were the same. They both swing very well. If you like a bat that's going to last a long time and hold its compression, and be able to BP it, these bats, you probably can't go wrong with these bats. I see no reason why. I pitch. So I pitched against a couple guys at the Smokies that were swinging. One was swinging the Maximus, and he was smashing the ball everywhere, and barely swinging. So I know how hot the bat gets. Anyway, both great bats. I wouldn't hesitate to pick them up. If you like the 1-piece, get the Leonidas. You like the 2-piece, get the Maximus. And I believe they have the new one's coming out soon, so I wouldn't be afraid to get that one either.